You're watching Grab a Gear. I'm Jared, and today we're going to be welding up the rear end of my 1998 Dodge Dakota. Now, this Dodge Dakota is going to only be used off-road, no on-road stuff. It will only be on our track. It will only be on a little bit of pavement when we're moving it. So I don't recommend doing this at all if it's a daily driver. So let's go over what we're going to be doing today. First off, the 1998 two-wheel drive Dodge Dakota V6 has a posi-track rear end, which means one tire gets most of the power if there's any type of resistance type thing. I did a burnout just the other day whenever we first introduced the vehicle, and one tire spun, passenger side, no traction on the driver's side. So I thought it over. I said, I have to do something since it's only two-wheel drive. Colin's truck, which is the Ford Ranger, or Dan, that thing is four-wheel drive. And then the other truck, which I don't even remember what it was, is also four-wheel drive, I'm pretty sure. So I gotta do something to make this a little bit better. So I thought it over and I said, okay, I'm going to weld up the rear end. Called a few people, no one is available. So next best bet, I either buy a welder, expensive, or we're going to try JB Weld. So I went to AutoZone. I purchased two gigantic tubes of JB Weld. They say they're rated for 5,020 PSI. So that's quite a bit. No idea what's put out on these gears. I got nothing. So I have no idea. But we're gonna try it. This could go good, could go bad. I'm telling you right now, if this is your daily driver, don't do it. Just do it the right way. Get an actual limited slip rear end, or don't do it at all. Don't mess up your vehicle. This vehicle is purely going to be fun. It is not meant to be a daily driver. So yeah, let's make sure we understand that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the rear end pumpkin or the cover. We're gonna let it drain. We're gonna clean it, and we gotta clean it good. And then we are going to JB Weld it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one whole tube, well, both of them mixed together, one whole packet on one side of the spider gear, whatever you wanna call it, where the 4 points are. You'll see it in the video. I'm then going to spin the tires to get that JB Weld mixed in everywhere. I'm then gonna put a little bit more on that side, turn it, the gear all the way over, fill in the other side, turn it a little to where it's 90 degrees up and down. Should be extremely filled with JB Weld by that point. And then we're gonna let it dry. I'll come back tomorrow and we'll see what happens. So let's take a look, see you in a bit. All right, so what we've done is removed all the bolts. So next, we're gonna be knocking it off. So what I'm gonna be using is a pry bar, screwdriver, and a hammer, and hopefully knock it off no problem. Drain it, clean it up, and we'll keep going. All right, as you can see, we've opened up the rear diff. This is definitely filthy. The oil is absolutely atrocious. So yeah, we will be changing it, thankfully. So next step is going to be to just clean it up a little, let the oil drain out, and then we're gonna jack it up so both tires are off the ground so that we can spin them freely, clean it some more, and then we'll see how the JB Weld works. So what we're looking for, hang on one second, is this gear right here. Let me point to it because I can't tell what you're looking at. This gear right here. This is the one we're gonna be JB welding inside of it. We're gonna then twist the whole thing when it's up off the ground and do the same on the other side. Now there's 4 points that are really important. When you normally weld these, you put a piece of metal in there weld it together. Obviously I'm not welding it, I'm JB welding it. So what I'm gonna do is just gob it in there as thick as possible, push it in, we're gonna let it cure for a couple days and then we'll try it. So, all right, check back in a minute. All right, so we have the jack under it, it's picked up. I can now spin the tires freely, which you can tell that side doesn't move. So, that's why we're gonna be welding this up with JB Weld. So you see how it turns? We're gonna turn it like this, right there. We're gonna clean it, turn it all the way 180 degrees, clean it, and weld it. So let's go ahead and start cleaning it. Obviously, we're out of protection and maybe a respirator, but hey. It's very strong stuff, I'll give you that. So you see what I'm doing, cleaning it up. So that's what we're gonna keep doing. I'll check back. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead, emptied both containers. You can see them both right there. So now I'm just going to start mixing it up. I'm gonna have to put you down. All right, so once it's all mixed up, it all looks the same. Now we're going to start looking at putting it into the diff. So let's take a look where we're putting it. Right here. Hang on a second. We're gonna be putting it right here in this corner, that corner, this corner, and this corner, and filling in the rest. So I will check back just a minute once I get this side done before we move on to the next side. All right, so this looks absolutely atrocious, but let's take a look at it. This is what we did so far. You can really tell I just threw it in there. Thick, thick, thick. So we're gonna see, we're gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna rotate it, put it on the other side tomorrow. But we will see. I mean, it's pretty thick. I don't know. JB Weld is supposed to handle up to 5,020 pounds per square inch. I'm not 100% sure if it'll hold, but one way or the other, we're gonna find out. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Well, as you can see, it is set. It is definitely extremely hard stuff. Some of the small pieces obviously gonna break off. That's okay. Won't hurt it. A little bit of paper towel back there in the back, but that's okay. So, let's see what we can see. So we're gonna start it, put it in gear with it up off the ground, and let's see what happens. It did work. There's a little bit of stuff that is broken off down at the bottom. I'm gonna have to clean that out. But it is working as of right now. So I will clean that up, take it for a quick drive. We'll see how it does. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys. Well, we got all the JB Weld in, so we're gonna go ahead and take it out. Let's see how it holds up to a little bit of a launch. If that works, we'll take it out to the track. Let's see what happens. It started. that's a plus. There we go. All right, so as you can see, it clearly held. There's a little bit broke off, little tiny pieces. There is a crack in the JB Weld. So, not sure, you can sort of see the crack right there. So we'll see what happens. So I got the rear pumpkin cover going back on. We're gonna fill it up with oil, and then we're gonna just send it and see how it goes. Stick around and we'll see. All right, well, as you can see, the rear diff cover is back on. It's filled with oil. We actually did spend the money on 80-90 gear oil, which is amazing. Should use burn oil. But it's on, it's full, and now we're gonna take it out to the track and see how it does. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.